Well, hello. Good to see you. We are getting ready for a road trip. Finally! Say it with me, kids! Finally! So you might be wondering, why the laptop? Back in March, April, May-ish, the Center for Disease Control decided that they were going to change the requirements for bringing dogs into the United States. Fair enough. The problem was, it was such a convoluted process, which was going to start August the 1st, and has started August the 1st. Eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that this was uploaded after August the 1st. And I'll get to that why. Because, it was a doozy. If you've seen our riveting video about bringing dogs across the border, still watch it, but there's a lot of stuff that's been changed to it. And I'm going to just talk about coming from countries with a no or low risk of rabies. And that's the big thing, is the rabies risk. What they wanted to do, and I want to tell you what they wanted to do so you can see just how bizarre it was. So what I would have to do if I wanted to bring my dogs into the US for a vacation is I would have to take them to my vet. I would have to have the vet examine them, certify that they had been vaccinated. I would then have to take that form, not the dogs, but the form, to a government vet, the closest of which is almost an hour away, have them certify that, yep, that's cool. And then I'd have to have photos of all the dogs, like from every angle, and a CDC import form. And they would have to be microchipped. And they'd have to be over 6 months. Like, it was like you're going through the list going, is there anything, would you like to know what my blood type is? And the best part about it was that they started relaxing the requirements in July. So less than a month before these were supposed to go into effect, they're like, no, we'll scale it back a little bit. Yeah, we'll scale it back a little bit more. July 22nd, they finally made, this is it, starting August the 1st. Like, I knew I'm a procrastinator, but they cut it close to the wire. If you are coming from a country considered no or low risk, and check their website to see which countries that are, here's what you need. As of right now, okay, as of the time of posting, this is what you need right now. You have to have a CDC import form, one form per dog. Now, I was going to show it up on the screen and be like, hey, this is how you fill it out. But I was a little worried because their website has requirements about copyright, and I was like, meh. The other thing is, it's really basic. Really basic. Some of your info, your ID, and not even like a copy of your ID, just the number. Your dog's information, so name, age, breed, markings, and how and when you're coming into the States. Now, the good thing is the form is free. You don't need a vet for it. And the form itself is good for 6 months. So once you submit that, you will get emailed back a receipt. And when you cross, you have to show either like the receipt on your phone or a printed copy of the receipt. Now, me being me, I am still going to have their rabies vaccination like certificates, as well as a printed copy of this receipt, because I don't trust technology at all. On top of that, the dog has to appear healthy at the time of border crossing or entry, because I forget, some people fly or boats. The dog has to be 6 months of age or older. So even if you were from the US and you took your dog, at 3 months, and you're like, hey, let's go to Canada for a few months, you can't come back with that dog until that dog hits 6 months, which is crazy. And it has to have a microchip that can be universally scanned. Nowhere do they require proof of vaccination. It's because of that requirement that the dog must be 6 months of age. There are several lawsuits in effect, which is kind of the reason why I held off on posting this. I was expecting that they would either bump back the date of them coming into effect, or they would change the requirements yet again. Everything seems to have kind of simmered down a little bit, and this is where we're at right now. Government's being government. If you are planning to travel basically anywhere with your dog, make sure that you check the requirements, because the USDA is involved too. If your dog is coming from a country at a high risk of screwworm or foot and mouth disease, there are other requirements on top of that. There are other requirements if that dog is coming in for commercial purposes or resale. So there is a lot of different moving parts to this, which the average person like myself don't have to really look into. I just fell down a rabbit hole, and I was just like, wow, But another thing has changed, and that is about pet food. There were a lot more requirements and restrictions on pet food than there is now. If you are bringing pet food into the country with your dog, as makes sense, it has to be in unopened retail packaging, so that would be like your standard kibble or whatever, or treats too, not just food, treats, chews, anything like that. They know the C word, and not that C word, the one that I just dropped. So they have to be in unopened retail packaging, and they don't have the requirement for receipt anymore, but if you got it handy, why not? If it's raw, as in not shelf stable without refrigeration, dehydrated, freeze-dried, or sun-dried, it must be labeled as a product of Canada or the United States. If you're coming in by vehicle, 50-pound limit per vehicle. If you're traveling by air, it's a 20-pound limit per family. So in some ways, they've actually simplified bringing dogs into the US, which is great. I'm actually surprised about it, because normally it's like, here, do more stuff. Sell a body part, what's your blood type, and all that other fun stuff. Let me know what you think. Were you aware of all this goings on in the background? Have you been as interested in it as I am? It's almost like getting the popcorn and you're just like, oh, what now? What now? What do we gotta do now? Thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. I know I say it with every video, and that's because it's true. You took time out of your day to watch me blabber on and listen to Lily chomp on her squeaky toys. Safe travels. See you out there. Oh wait, let me do this. We got something different. What do you think, big man? Are you excited? I can see your stump wagging. Your whole little booty is going.